Hi everyone, welcome to my page. I'm Peggy, I'm your Seint 3D makeup artist where we use one palette and one brush to make our one layer of makeup. One layer using these beautiful 4 shades. Now what happens if you forget your brush? Say you're on vacation, you forget your brush. Say you forget to order a brush. What do? Grab a Seint or any perfector sponge. That's all this is. This can do the job of a brush in a pinch, and it does a pretty good job, I must admit. Now this is a Seint Beauty Blender or perfector sponge, whichever way you want to look at it, and this is how they come in the tin. You get a little tin and look at the size. When you get it, this one is not wet. This one is the exact same sponges. This is wet, this one's not. Now by wet, I mean damp. It's not soaking wet. What I did is I got it good and wet underneath the faucet, and then I squeezed, and then I even squeezed it into a towel. So it's just damp. It's not wet. You don't want it dripping wet. So that's what we have. Again, this one is wet. This one is not. This is what it's going to look like. Again, it's going to come, this one from Seint is going to come in this little container with a little top. Cute. Now, let's get started with our makeup. I use my fingers to apply. You can use a brush. Perfector sponge, not so much, but you can use your fingers. So what we start with are these 3 shades to make up our foundation. Then we have a blush and a Lip&Cheek shade. Again, today I'm using Ever Red because come the 17th, Ever Red is gone. And I'm telling you, this is your holiday shade. You're going to not want to miss. Now, the 3 shades that make up our foundation, 3 shades, 1 layer, is the cream makeup from Seint. We start with a contour shade, which is going to be scary. Yes, it is. Very scary because it is dark. And you're like, wrong color. Nope, this is contour. Welcome to contour. Once you start contouring, I don't think you'll ever stop. I know I won't, because you can lift your face and you can highlight parts of your face and camouflage parts that you don't necessarily like. Now, contour creates shadows, so that's why it's a dark shade. So we're going to lift the face and create a shadow right on the cheekbone. Start right about the corner of your eye, the outer corner of your eye, and go straight up. Now, how wide do you make it? As wide as you want. This makeup is for you. It's for you to put to where you feel beautiful and you feel like you've done the best you can. So again, I'm going to feel for the roundness of my cheekbone. I'm going to start right at the corner of my eye and go straight up. Now, do they have to be perfectly even? Absolutely not. No way. I never get them even. When we blend, everything will work out. Now, we're going to start at the jawbone. And right here, we're going to define the jaw so that you don't notice the jowl that's right here and this little piece of fatty thing that's a jowl as well. So I'm going to start just past the little fatty part right along my jawbone. There we go. Same thing over here. Here's the jowl. There we go, right up towards the bottom part of the ear. Now I have a turkey neck. As you age and you get your mature skin, you either have a turkey neck or you have a double chin. That's okay. Contour can help. So what we're going to do is create a shadow by starting at one divot, going under my neck and connecting it to the other. Now, do you see the shadow that created? That makes you look more at my chin and not at my wrinkly turkey neck. Now, if you have a double chin, you're going to want to start further back on the jaw, come further down, and up to this side. That is going to how you connect and how you would camouflage the double chin you might have. Now, we're going to contour the nose, so I'm just going to dip my pinky into my contour, rub my pinkies together, have them touching, and start at the bridge of my nose and come straight down. There we go. This way you're getting into the natural shadow of your nose. What we're doing is we're elongating the nose with the contour, and we're also making it look just a little bit narrower. Please forgive me, I am on so much cold medicine that it's like my mouth is so dry. Now we're finished with the contour, but contour can be used to fill in the eyebrows. It can be used as eyeshadow. You can even line your lips with it. So again, this is a must in your palette. Now we're going to come to the brightening shade. Brightening shades go, we're going to just have it reflect the light. So that goes in the center of your forehead, right down the center of your nose. And again, we call this a brightening highlight. Some of you may know it as a concealer. Just hang on. So you come down the center of the nose. Do you see how that almost immediately made my nose look that much narrower? So if your nose is a distraction on your face that you really want to camouflage, there you go. Now we're going to hit the Cupid's bow with just a little bit of brightener or concealer. Again, we call it brightening highlight. The center of the chin, and then the inner and outer corner of the eye. Notice I'm using a lot less product than I used to. Much, much less. The outer and the inner. The cream it's just so pigmented, and again, it's going to give you that moisture in your face that mature skin needs. If you are in your 20s, 30s, some even 40s, you don't have to worry about this. But once you get to me, I'm 67, so once you hit that 50, 55, 60 mark, yeah, we need hydration. So there you go. Now we have our contour and our brightener. It's placed. Now I'm moving to my main shade. My main shade is Sandy. Watch this. Now you see that's going to be the shade that your main highlight is the shade that is closest to the color of your natural skin. So there you go. I have my brightener, my contour, my main shade, and then my brightener. Main shade goes where you have no other product. Again, don't put much. That's why I use my finger, because I can control it a little bit more, and I tend to not use as much. A light hand is best. Again, just tapping into this beautiful cream. Now, I have rosacea, and I always am red in the corners of my nose. So that's why I put just a little bit right there. See how this camouflages, and it also helps to color correct the red. This is the base of my makeup. Again, I used only these 3 shades. Now I'm going to pick up Ever Red, which is my Lip&Cheek. So just a little bit on the cheek as a blush shade. There we go, just a little bit. And then we're going to put some on as our lipstick. There we go. This is the perfect Christmas red. Isn't she beautiful? I mean, and again, she's a limited edition, only available until the 17th. So if you want her, December 17th, you need to grab her now. That's it. My makeup is placed. So now all we have to do is blend. So when we started this, we talked about what if you forget your brush, you forget to order a brush, your brush, the toddler gets it, the grandkids hide it, whatever. Grab the Perfector sponge. That's what we're going to blend with today. Again, it is just damp. It's not wet. So let's start. I like to start at the jawline. And again, I'm using it this way up and using the entire side. Now, we're just stippling and just stretching or dragging it down the neck. Again, the same thing you would do with a brush, only we're using a sponge because we don't know what happened to our brush, but something did. There we go. I have the same shadow. You see no distinct lines like on the cheeks. That's what we're looking for. So you see, you can use a Perfector sponge, beauty blender, whatever you want to call it, in lieu of a brush. Now, I prefer a brush, but this will do. Believe me, if I was somewhere and this is all I had, I'd be okay. So now we're going to start the stippling. Stippling is gently tapping and pressing this makeup into your skin to where it wears like a second skin. There we go. Now it is cream, remember. So it is hydrating as we're wearing it. We're going to be super, super careful, even if we use a brush, around the eyes. And we're just going to stipple around under the eye, because I don't know about you, but I have crepe skin right there. We're just going to stipple it under the eye to where there's just enough, but not too much, to make that crepe skin hold or show the cracks. We don't want that. Now, when you contour your nose, you need to be very careful that you don't blend it out, and that's really easy to do. So we're going to tap each side, then start and go up. That's it. We're not going to mess with our noses anymore, because if we do, we could possibly blend it out. So now we are just tapping and stippling. Now we're going to blend and stipple. You may have to do a little bit of a curve, but you don't want to drag. Don't drag your sponge. You just want to stipple. And there you go. It looks the same. Go a little bit up into my hairline. There we go. It looks the same as if I used a brush. It's just a little bit easier for me to control with a brush. But again, if you have a perfector sponge, you are in business. Now, we're going to come to the cheeks. We're going to stipple up and down this contour. Then we're going to grab it and drag it up. Hello, I'm so glad you're here. Again, on this side is stipple up and down. Then grab it and just drag it up. Again, tapping, a quick tapping motion. And there you go. You cannot tell if I blended with a brush or with the perfector sponge. So again, if you forget to order the brush, or if you forget or lose your brush, always grab the sponge. Now the difference being with the sponge, I did not set my makeup. Normally I use a damp brush to blend. So today we're going to use our Vanilla Dust Setting Powder. I'm going to use the same perfector sponge, and I'm just tapping on the Vanilla Dust Setting Powder, and there you go. Makeup is set. So what do you think? I can't believe sometimes that it's this simple. It is absolutely this simple. So easy, so quick. 5 minutes or less and your entire face of makeup is done. And again, these are the 4 shades that I used. Now this is a custom palette. All 4 of these 3 shades are custom color match to me. I have Everred because I love it. Everred is one of my favorite shades. I wear it year round, but it's beautiful for the holiday season. It's like a Christmas red. Now the other thing is, notice I stopped my Lip&Cheek before I got to the corner. If you don't stop your Lip&Cheek there, it could possibly, especially if you have all of these lines and things like I do in your face, it's going to drag it down. It's going to make your smile go down. Keep your smile up by just not coming to the very corner of your eyes with your lipstick or your Lip&Cheek. That's it. How do you get started with Seint? That is so simple and so easy. What I want you to do is go to a window in your house and look out of the window. Look outside. I want you to open your curtains, and you want natural light coming in. Not sunlight, natural light. Let the natural light hit your makeup-free face. Yes, I want no makeup on your face. So let the light, the natural light, hit your makeup-free face. Then I want you to take your phone, look directly into it, and click a selfie. Try to get your entire face, a little bit of your neck, especially if you have a turkey neck like I do, or even a double chin, and a little bit of your décolleté. And then I think the link is floating here, or I'll have it in the copy after, and just request a color match. That's it. The color match is totally free, no obligation to buy whatsoever. I will recommend the three shades I think would be best for you. I'll even help you a little bit with a Lip and Cheek. Lip and Cheek is your choice though. If you don't like what I chose, change it. The other thing is I'm going to recommend a lot of things like eyeshadow and illuminator and bronzer, but all you need to